we're here with Kaylee and Mateo. And wait, there's a third.
Rosalind.
And Rosalind. These are the experts here at the cafe. You guys brought us out an amazing cappuccino here. Tell me about the beans and the whole process and
when it comes to the beans for us, we try to source it from, like everything we try to get sourced from Italy.
Okay.
So beans, that is sourced from Italy. And then the milk and stuff, you know, that's just from here. But
right.
Yeah.
So it's local and it's imported from Italy as well too, right?
Well, we're trying to bring like, you know, Italy and the California together. So it's not like we're not, because if it was more traditional, we wouldn't allow alternative milks. We wouldn't allow ice, stuff like that, because that's not very traditional. But in here, in like if you go to Starbucks, stuff like that, that's very traditional. Iced coffee, stuff like that.
But this is a different coffee than Starbucks.
Oh yeah.
I mean.
Well, our espresso, I feel like, is like another quality above it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
And the desserts as well. I know that you source them.
We have a local pastry.
And then also Italy again.
Exactly. We have a deli that's Italian style that helps us with our bakery items and stuff like that.
And I hear you're shipping them like everywhere for people. Is that
Yeah,
true?
we just got the first person yesterday to ask. She called and said it was the best pastry she's ever had and if we could ship it to her. And I was like, oh God, I don't know.
What's the name of the pastry, just in case?
We got a lemon meringue and coconut cake.
So speaking of lactose, right? I heard you guys have a very interesting coffee with some ice cream mixture.
Yeah, so we do an affogato, which is a very traditional thing. It's just, affogato actually translates to drowned in Italian. So you drown the ice cream with coffee. That's the whole point of it. So we do a shot of espresso over any of our flavored gelato, but vanilla is probably the best.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, we use them at gelato.
Yeah, gelato, yeah.
So you can have that because it's not dairy.
Well, gelato does have dairy.
It does? Gelato
I
has
love
dairy?
gelato.
But
yes.
I like gelato a little bit
it.
more than like traditional
too.
ice cream as well.
You guys have been amazing. Super happy. This looks amazing as well. And for everybody out there, I mean, and bring gifts.
I'm gonna need a glass of wine with this.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks you guys so much.
Thank you
guys.
Thank you.
We are here at Sotto Voce Cafe at the Gardens in El Paseo with, of course, the visionary herself, Natasha.
Hi.
What is the secret to the process of creating like these work of arts?
Well, the number one, the grains, what kind of toasting they do. So we do have a local because we're not only about Italians, we're trying to make a nice relationship between California and Italy because we love California. So it's not anything at all to do like imposing, just an Italian culture. But the grains, the way they're roasted, and then we do have a local source, and then we have Italian imports. So we stick to the original. We start from the base. So the base is very strong, and then if you use the milk or you change the milk or you want oat milk, it will still stay the same because the first ingredient, which is the coffee, is number one.
What was the selection process? Well, I want to know. Selection process in the pastries that go along with the coffee.
That's a good question.
Well, number one, the croissant, or in Italy we call cornetti, which means horns, the two horns. They actually make them for us every morning, and they're more in Italian style. They're not as buttery as the French ones, they're crispier, but then we can put pistachio inside, like in Sicily, or Nutella, or marmalade, which is a classical. Italian one is apricot marmalade most of the time, or cream, but a variety of.
So what is the number one? So, because I like authenticity as well too. What is the number one coffee drink that is when the Italians come?
Cappuccino.
Right? Cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
Not cappuccino, cappuccino.
Cappuccino. Cappuccino. Okay.
So it's cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
Okay. All right. And then so after that, of course, you're transitioning into more like what is the wine selection, and how do you import them from Italy to like make sure that they're authentic enough?
Okay, there's a line. There are smaller companies, like not the big, like the Southern California company, but many smaller companies that have a selection of Italian wines. And then what we do is we try to stay to brands that I know also in Italy, not just that I've never heard of. So I know them in Italy, and for 30 years, I've dealt with them in my own restaurants in Milano. So I know the brands, and I know what kind of quality that they serve. So when I'm here, what I try to do is bring the same that I had when I was in Italy, or similar too.
But she meant to say was she's been drinking the wine for 30 years.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's all I meant.
And so she basically just brought her daily
So
wine.
she has the corks and the stories to go with it.
Exactly. I love that. What should, like somebody watching this right now, they're like, I'm gonna go down. What should they order that's gonna make them just never forget?
One coffee,
Okay.
the cappuccino or the coffee. Then one of the pastries. They can either have a coconut cake, which is incredible because it has a coconut cream inside.
Nice.
Homemade, everything's homemade. So everything's fresh, daily brought in, so we don't, and then we make personally the panini. That's the one thing that we do by hand. The rest, we have a lady that makes them, like they make our elephant ears. All our pastries are super fresh because we make sure of that.
Congratulations, this is an amazing place. This is why we come here.
Yep.
Now we're sharing with everybody else, so we'll see you here.
Thank you guys.